Falcon fans? It's your boy Recondo coming back at you with another video. So today we do some quick Atlanta Falcon news, and we're going to continue my draft series talking about another young guy that the Atlanta Falcons actually had in on one of their visits to the facility to talk about potential drafting him in the 2020-23 draft. So guys, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys are here to talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So like I said, guys, the Atlanta Falcons are definitely doing their due diligence this draft period, making sure that they talk to all potential draftees, no matter where they're at in their position, in their depth, their needs, and things like that. You want to be able to make sure that you get the best football players that you can. I think the Falcons have done very well this offseason to, secure most of their needs that they feel like they needed to fix this offseason. So going into the draft, it's really one of their philosophies is best player available and stack the leaderboard as such when you're going to do it, right? But we all also know that the draft is not just about that first round pick. You want to get value at every pick. You want to get value in the second round. You want to get value in the third round, on and so on and so on. So you want to make sure that you look at everybody that you could potentially draft and who could potentially be on that board. When you're looking at your board, how you got the players ranked, right? If you're already deep at one position and if that guy is top on your board, you're going to pick him, right? So it brings me to the point where it's reporting that the Falcons is bringing in all the quarterbacks as they should. Bringing in, you want to be able to make sure you understand what Anthony Richardson can bring to the table. Even though I don't think he's ready to actually be a starter this year, but if they look at upsides and think he's the best player on their board at the time, they can bring him in. Same thing with Will Levis. I think they had a visit with him today. Bringing him in to see what he has. Both of those young men have strong arms. My opinion, not worthy of a number 8 overall pick, but it really don't matter to what I think. It's matter what the Atlanta Falcons think, the front office think, and the potential. And potential if they think that these guys could be better than a Desmond Ridder, drafting them at number 8, because in my opinion, you pick somebody that high, you see those guys potentially be the franchise of your, especially the quarterback, just be the face of your franchise. So that's what I think about the quarterbacks. But I'm glad they're doing their due diligence, because you don't want to not do it, and then when you had a chance, so you want to make sure you do your homework on each guy to make sure you can say we did our due diligence. And maybe you might play these guys from different teams. You already know a little background on what make them tick and things like that. Maybe down the road you can actually trade for one of those guys or anything like that. So you want to be able to build relationships no matter if you pick up to sign the guy or not. A little bit about who he is, and like I said, later on down the road, it could be potentially adding that player to your team, later. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and talk about another guy. Like I said, the Atlanta Falcons actually had on their visit. Probably is going to go day 2, day 3. Cameron Young, defensive tackle out of Mississippi State. Look at the stats: 1 sack, 38 tackles. Prototypical D tackle that you can bring in right now. I would probably see him going in probably behind somebody like Eddie Goldman. He's 6'3", 304 pounds, long arms, really good in the run game, being able to take up blocks, leaving that space for the linebackers to make plays. Another guy probably need to have some coaching and trying to get after the quarterback. Really not his sweet spot. So something that probably won't play all 4 downs. Probably play more first and second down and run. But he could probably develop into those other spots where he can be a more effective pass rusher. But at this point, like I said, just adding depth, somebody could definitely go in behind, like I said, Eddie Goldman. If he decided to not, retire again, playing that position at D tackle. Of course, you know how deep our defensive line is right now. So this is just another piece. He can go with those other young guys that we have on the defensive front as well and help compete with those guys. But like I said, Atlanta Falcons doing their due diligence, bringing in another guy, Cameron Young, really made some good plays with Mississippi State. Definitely want you guys to go out and look at his film. Like I said, I will see the Atlanta Falcons picking him in the later rounds. We have to see. Of course, you know, they don't have that 159 pick anymore because they traded for Jeff Okudah yesterday with the Detroit Lions. That's that 5th round pick we got from the Calvin Ridley deal. So, but they still have 110, 113 in the draft. I think that's the 4th round pick. So if they decide to go ahead and pick a guy like Cameron Young, one of those picks, don't see him going at 8, 44 or 75, but definitely could see him going at one of those other two. Remember, if they decide to go that route. And like I said at the beginning, if he's, you know, where his value is on their board. We are about 14 days away from the draft. We all know that. And pretty much the Falcons are getting to the point where they're going to start stacking their board. They're probably going through all these different scenarios. We've seen this in a mock draft this week from Mel Kiper saying 4 quarterbacks was going in the first 4 picks. If that's the case, the Atlanta Falcons definitely going to have so many different options to choose from, because not all the top guys are going to be off the board at that time, right? A lot of good picks that they could choose from, and then you will have to be wondering where their board stack up with some of those guys like a Tyree Wilson, a Jalen Carter, a Gonzalez, a Witherspoon, my guy Nolan Smith, the darling pick that everybody think about, a guy like B. John Robinson. Where is Lucas Van Ness starting to climb up their board? We don't know. We just have to decide, are they going to go offensive lineman, Paris Campbell, Skoronski? We really don't know what direction the Falcons decide to go. Like I said, we don't know their board. I would think that we really don't need to get so tied up into the needs, because like I said, we think about what the Falcons actually need at this point in time. They kind of covered all that in this offseason, so it's not really a pressing need. If you want to say maybe the left guard position is a pressing need, then if one of those offensive linemen is the top of their board, they definitely should take him. But if they're not, with the guys that potentially could be there at number 8, you're going to take the best player, no matter if you already got. So if Christian Gonzalez is number 1, and we just traded for Jeff Okudah, you're going to take Christian Gonzalez, because it's never too bad to add another great football player, especially the one that you have value at the highest. So that's one of the things we got to think. And also, like I continue to say, that the draft is more than just that first round pick. That's why a guy like Cameron Young is definitely could be considered to add to the depth. Like I said, Eddie Goldman, just on the 1-year contract. We bring him in to help, with the other younger defensive tackles that we already got here to go play behind Amiyata and Grady Jarrett. So guys, let me know what you think about Cameron Young. Also, your thoughts just on the draft. Any guys out there that you think that I could really select in day 2 and day 3. Any positions that you guys thinking that they really need to really think about. Like I said, advice to the offensive lineman, or maybe in a linebacker position, because I still think we're kind of thin in there that spot as well. We heard about Rashaan Evans, but haven't heard any more news about that. So not sure where we stand on bringing back Rashaan Evans. So guys, let me know what you think about young Cameron Young. Not a whole lot to go to get excited about with, like I said, with his stats from last season, but definitely go look at his film. You'll see what I mean about his long arms and how he plays in the run game, and potentially he can develop into a better pass rusher. So this is your boy Recondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.